ever wondered what it takes for a song to escape the music charts and become part of everyday life in another country? Not just played on the radio, not just streamed by fans, but unexpectedly appearing on national television, making an entire audience smile, and introducing millions of ordinary viewers to an artist they may have never expected to discover. Well, that's exactly what's happening to BTS's Jin. And what's even more fascinating is that this isn't a planned promotion, a concert appearance, or a special collaboration. It's simply one song, quietly crossing borders, capturing hearts, and proving that great music doesn't need to speak the same language to be understood. Today, we're looking at how Jin's Don't Say You Love Me is continuing its incredible global journey and why Italy has become the latest country to fall under its spell. Let's dive in. When Don't Say You Love Me was first released, fans immediately noticed something different. Instead of relying on explosive beats or dramatic choreography, the song embraced emotion. It felt intimate, gentle, heartbreaking. Every lyric carried the feeling of someone trying to let go of love while secretly wishing they didn't have to. Jin's unmistakable vocals became the centerpiece, allowing listeners to experience every emotion without distraction. And that emotional sincerity quickly resonated far beyond Korea. Months after its release, the song continues to travel across continents in ways few could have predicted. The latest surprise came from Italy. One of Italy's most beloved television quiz shows, Reazione a Catena, recently featured Jin's solo song during one of its music association games. For anyone unfamiliar with the program, Reazione a Catena isn't just another quiz show. It's one of Italy's most recognizable television programs, broadcast by the public broadcaster Rai 2. The show combines language, music, quick thinking, and word association, attracting viewers of all ages. During a recent episode, contestants were challenged through a music-related question, and when it came time to reveal the correct answer, Jin's Don't Say You Love Me filled television screens across Italy. His voice echoed through homes nationwide. The official music video appeared on screen. Even more heartwarming, the audience could be seen moving and dancing along with the music. Think about that for a moment. Imagine turning on your television in another country. Not to watch a K-pop program, not to watch a BTS documentary, but a mainstream family quiz show. And suddenly, Jin's voice becomes part of everyone's evening. That says something remarkable about how naturally his music is entering international culture. Moments like these may seem small individually, but together, they reveal something much bigger. Because songs don't appear on national television by accident. They appear because producers know audiences will recognize them, enjoy them, or become curious enough to remember them afterward. For Jin, that's another powerful sign that his solo music is reaching people well beyond the traditional K-pop audience. And Italy isn't the only place where this has been happening. In fact, this has become something of a pattern. Recently, Don't Say You Love Me found another extraordinary stage, one that almost no one expected. During the 2026 Milan-Cortina Winter Olympics, the song was played inside the figure skating arena over multiple days. Imagine the atmosphere. Athletes from around the world preparing for competition. Spectators filling the venue. Families cheering. And through the arena speakers, Jin's emotional vocals creating a memorable soundtrack between performances. For 3 consecutive days, visitors attending one of the world's biggest sporting events heard Don't Say You Love Me. It's difficult to overstate what that means. The Olympic Games bring together people from dozens of countries, each with different languages, cultures, and musical tastes. Yet Jin's song fit naturally into that international environment. Whether someone recognized the artist or heard the song for the very first time, the music had the opportunity to leave an impression. That's the kind of exposure many artists dream about. But the surprises don't end there. The United Kingdom also became part of Jin's growing global story. British viewers recently spotted Jin on one of ITV's most popular quiz shows, The Chase. This time, however, the focus wasn't just his music, it was Jin himself. Contestants faced a question asking, Jin is the first member of BTS to do this. What is it? The possible answers included topics such as solo activities and military service. Think about how meaningful that is. A British primetime television audience discussing Jin during a nationally broadcast quiz show. It highlights something incredibly important. Jin is no longer simply being recognized inside music circles. He's becoming recognizable to the general public. People who may not actively follow K-pop are beginning to encounter his name through television, entertainment, sports events, and popular culture. That kind of recognition is often the next step in an artist's global evolution. And perhaps that's one of the most fascinating parts of Jin's journey. He's not forcing his way into headlines. Instead, his music keeps naturally finding new audiences. One television show discovers his song. An international sporting event adds it to its playlist. Another country's quiz program asks questions about his career. Each moment may seem unrelated, but together they tell one consistent story. Jin's influence continues expanding across completely different corners of the world. Entertainment, sports, television, popular culture. Each appearance introduces him to people who might never have searched for his music before. Then, curiosity takes over. Someone hears that emotional chorus. Someone searches for the music video later that evening. Someone adds the song to a personal playlist. And just like that, a brand new listener becomes a fan. That's how lasting global popularity grows. Not only through massive concerts or chart records, but through countless everyday moments where music quietly enters people's lives. Don't Say You Love Me has already demonstrated remarkable staying power. Long after its initial release, it continues receiving steady love from listeners around the world. Rather than fading after the excitement of launch week, the song keeps resurfacing in new places, reaching fresh audiences through television broadcasts, public events, and international platforms. That consistency speaks volumes, because maintaining attention is often harder than gaining it. Yet Jin continues doing exactly that. His emotional delivery, warm vocal tone, and timeless style allow the song to feel just as moving today as it did on release day. Perhaps that's why producers continue choosing it. Perhaps that's why audiences continue responding positively. And perhaps that's why Jin's solo career keeps reaching new milestones without needing flashy headlines every single week. One television appearance becomes another. One country leads to another. One listener becomes thousands more. It's a reminder that genuine artistry has its own momentum. At the heart of all of this is something beautifully simple. Music has always been one of the few languages everyone can understand. You don't need to speak Korean to feel heartbreak. You don't need subtitles to recognize sincerity in someone's voice. You don't need to know every lyric to connect with emotion. Jin proves that every time Don't Say You Love Me reaches another audience. Whether it's viewers relaxing at home in Italy, families watching television in Britain, or spectators attending one of the world's biggest sporting events, the result is always the same. People stop, people listen, people remember. And perhaps that's the greatest achievement of all. Not simply making a hit song, but creating music that quietly travels across borders, cultures, and languages, touching hearts wherever it goes. So the next time you hear that gentle opening of Don't Say You Love Me, remember, it may not just be another beautiful ballad. It could be the very song introducing millions of new listeners around the world to Jin's remarkable artistry. And if this incredible journey is any indication, the world may have heard only the beginning.